Hello, this is Kara from Kara Tarot, and today I'm doing a general reading for Saturday, March 29th, 2025, with the William Blake Tarot of the Creative Imagination. I'm trying a new spread today that is actually one of the spreads that is in the book for this deck. I haven't tried this before. It's called the Fourfold Vision Spread, and I will put pictures of that up on the screen while I'm talking about it. This 5-card reading is based on Blake's idea that most people see things superficially using what he calls single vision, perceiving with the eye instead of through the eye. Use this spread to take a closer look at any topic, scrutinizing it with 4 levels of internal vision. So the layout has one card, which is like considered the 0 card. It is the problem or the issue. The first card is seen through the eyes, the facts before you, a one-dimensional take on the issue. The twofold vision is seen through the eyes. Personified image, the mind's eye on the issue. The threefold vision is seen creatively through the emotional form, values stimulated by the mind's eye. And number 4, seen through God's eye, a mystical perspective and potential experience. So as you can see, I've done a lot of shuffling and I did a lot beforehand. This deck is a little stiff and it's larger in both directions. It's more of an oracle size deck, which can make it, I like large decks, so not an issue for me, but if you don't like large decks, you'll find that problematic. And this is one deck that I sometimes will shuffle like this if I'm doing a fast shuffle to read by jumpers. So we're thoroughly shuffled now. If you hear little crunching and tapping sounds in the background, that's my dog enjoying a bone. And I usually am looking for either tingling or a sense of warmth. And the one that gives me the most, that deck, the lowest deck, gave me a very cold feeling, and the middle one is the one that gave me that tingling feeling. Just a little more warmth than the others. So this is the issue at hand, despair, the 9 of Science. Getting this quite a bit lately. As I've said before, this is kind of the 9 of Swords, so this is that dark night of the soul. And interestingly, I was saying to someone that I think the United States is going through a dark night of the soul right now with our current leadership. It's that waking up at 3 a.m. and feeling that you've done something horribly wrong, even though there isn't anything that you've done something wrong. So the problem or the issue is this dark night of the soul, but this is a general reading for one day, so this would be an overwhelming malaise or depression for that day. The single vision of this is the sun. The single vision says, hey, there's nothing wrong, get over it. It says everything's light and fun and we're just taking a swim and the sunshine and swimming through the air, and the birds are in the trees and the trees are blossoming with fruit, and all is well. And that certainly, for any of us who struggle with darker thoughts, that sometimes is what people will say to us about the dark thoughts. The twofold vision, seeing through the eyes, a personified image, the mind's eye. Five of Science. Again, we've been seeing this a lot in my readings with this deck. The Five of Swords is what this usually is. It's division, and it is division. There is a glimmer of light. There is a little bit of growth here, but mostly it is the Five of Swords, and you often involve some kind of treachery or bullying. The threefold vision, seen creatively, thought and emotional form, values stimulated by this. Ugh. Four of Science, rest. Well, we definitely need to rest if this is what we're dealing with. And we do. We need to have all of our faculties in repose and restored to be able to deal with the continual division. Why am I feeling like this is a political political reading today? Here this character appears to be swimming, but perhaps swimming in the air. This is the air sign, thoughts. So this is about division in ideas, despair in the mind, repose in the mind. This also can be necessary recuperation from a physical illness as well. And finally, the fourfold vision, trying to see things through God's eye, a mystical perspective, a potential experience. And knowledge. In this deck, this is the replacement for the Lover's card. And it does maintain a lot of the same issues that the Lover's card covers. It is about making a choice, and in this case, making a moral choice. You can see here the flames that surround this whole issue and take the flames up into the heaven, and there are snakes below. So, and this is an angelic figure. This is probably originally a representation of Adam and Eve. A lot of these were illuminated illustrations for Bibles, but we can take that concept into our seeking of knowledge and our desire to make a moral choice, a higher choice. The tree of life in the back there. Now let's apply it to these issues, in particular the main issue of being this dark night of the soul, our despairing moments of guilt or grief. And so we have a variety of responses to it, but ultimately we know that through our choices, we can address this by seeking out the highest moral ground. We can alleviate our guilt, even if there was something legitimate to be guilty about. We can alleviate our fears by seeking not just accurate scientific knowledge, because at this time, remember, all of the arts were considered sciences. So it was the science of art, it was the science of illustration, the science of painting, the science of poetry. So all of these creative fields were also considered to be studies, scientific studies. So this knowledge is looking for a scientific knowledge, an intellectual knowledge, as well as the spiritual knowledge that will help alleviate any darkness or despair you have in your day. This is Kara from Kara Tarot with a general reading for Saturday, March 29th with the William Blake Tarot of the Creative Imagination. I hope this gave you some insights and things to think about and ways in which you can add depth to the way you think about whatever problem you're dealing with today. May your day be problem-free. Thanks for watching.